Hi guys, Jono here, back with you again. In this video we're going to be talking about setting up our AdWords campaign, so just follow along with me. You can do it step by step, or you can go through the whole video first and then re-watch it after you kind of know what's going on, and then pause it step by step as we go through the setup. So you just want to go to your main dashboard page, okay, overview, and then you're going to go to campaigns here on the left. And then you're going to click on this little blue button, which means add a new campaign. So we're going to click on that. Okay, we're going to click on new campaign. Okay, we're going to click on video. We're going to click on product and brand consideration. And we're going to click on standard consideration, and then just click on continue. Okay, now we need to call this something. We need to call it a name. What I suggest you do is you call this campaign, you call the name of this campaign after the product that you are reviewing. So I'm going to assume that you already have your review video done, and here's a tip, okay? If you can get your video done 48 hours before the launch, now this is just in case your advert gets put under review, which it probably will, especially with a brand new account. Okay, and that usually takes around 24 hours for the AdWords team to review it and approve it, and then it'll start going live. So try to do this in advance. Have your video ready around 48 hours before. Okay, now I'm just going to go into YouTube, and I'm going to bring up one of my videos. Let's see, one that I did yesterday, I think it was. Okay, I'm just going to bring up this video, and we're going to have this ready because we're going to be using this as this example. Okay, it's called WP Ultra Pop Review, so that's what I'm going to call my campaign. WP Ultra Pop Review. Okay, so budget, I usually go with $10 a day, or sometimes if it's a launch where the payout is good, I will go with $20 a day. So okay, I'm just going to go with $10 a day for this example. Now, delivery method, you want to choose accelerated, and that's because these launches are not evergreen products. Okay, most of the traffic is going to be most of the traffic is going to be going to these videos in the first 3 days of the launch. So by putting this on accelerated, it means YouTube or AdWords is going to show your advert as quickly as possible. Okay, whereas if you choose standard, it's maybe going to show it kind of 5 times an hour or 10 times an hour, and that's not what you want. You really want it to get blasted out as fast as possible, so that's why we choose accelerated. Now, start and end dates, well, I'm going to start mine as soon as it's approved, and I'm going to end it within 3 days from today. So today's the 11th. I'm going to choose for it to end on the 14th. Now, the reason why I do that is because the launch is only really in its peak over this 3-day period. If you do it any longer than that, then you're going to get a lot of kind of freebie seekers who are going to be kicking tires and just checking it out, and they're not really interested in buying it. And obviously, if we're creating an advert, then for every single click that we get, we're going to have to be paying for that. So we don't really want any freebie seekers on there. So that's why I set the date there. And it also gives you peace of mind that after the 4 days is over, you're only going to spend a maximum of $30. Okay, so networks, you're going to uncheck where it says video partners on display networks, and that's because these display networks, they get a lot of crappy traffic, and again, you're going to get a load of tire kickers and freebie seekers. So you only want to be choosing YouTube search results and YouTube videos. Languages, now obviously most of these launches are all in English, so that's a bit of a no-brainer. You just type English into there. Locations, I usually choose the top 7 countries that all have credit cards. Well, the population of that country mostly have credit cards, and they have enough of a budget to buy whatever we are promoting. I wouldn't suggest you targeting all countries, and I wouldn't suggest you targeting developing countries either, even though there are a lot of people in those developing countries that have credit cards and are able to buy these products. But again, because we are paying for these clicks, a a large percentage of the traffic that comes from those kind of countries are not going to buy. Okay, so we're going to stick with the top 6, and to do that you just enter locations here. So the top 6 are going to be United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and possibly Singapore. Okay, I've had some decent results with traffic from Singapore. So 8 in total, but I'd usually just stick with the 7. You don't really need to bother about this stuff. Now you create your ad group name. So I'm just going to call it ad. I'm just going to call it WP. What was it called? WP Ultra Pop Ad 1. And then you can always make variations of these ads later on. And then bidding, I suggest that you put in 50 cents. Oops. I've never had a click that's been over 10 cents. So, and I use my budget of 50 cents every single time. So you won't really need to bother about paying any more than that. I mean, you could even put it up to $10 and your clicks will still cost less than 10 cents. And that's what I love about this platform, really, because the clicks are so cheap. I mean, compared with Facebook ads or Bing ads or any other advertising platform, YouTube is still really, really cheap. And I think it's because they are really trying to get people to advertise on YouTube, and then eventually they're going to skyrocket the prices. But for now, it's really cheap. You don't really need to bother about demographics or audiences. We can talk about audiences later on, okay, because we're going to be talking about remarketing. But for your first campaign, you won't have a remarketing list yet. Now, for demographics, you don't really need to bother about it. I was going to say uncheck 18 to 24, but there's a lot of 18 to 24 year olds who do have credit cards, and they are interested in buying stuff online. So household income, again, rich people buy this stuff and poor people buy this stuff as well. So you really should keep them all checked. Again, both men and women buy products too. So topics, don't worry about that. Placements, don't worry about that. Now here's where we're going to create our video ads. So you need to go over to YouTube, you need to click on your video, and you need to go and grab your video link. Okay, so click on the video link, go and grab that. And then you're going to go back to AdWords, you're just going to paste in the link here. Okay, and you're going to choose Video Discovery Ad. Now what this means is that your advert is going to show up at the very top of the results. Okay, and if you're on a desktop, it's going to show up at the very top of the results as well, which is where we want our video to be. So you choose a thumbnail. If you didn't make a thumbnail like I showed you to do inside the main Mobley course, then I do suggest you make one, because that's really going to be the clickbait here. Now headline, you would probably want to make it similar to your headline of the review. So I'm just going to copy and paste mine here, and it probably won't all fit in. Yes, it will. And then a description, you could write something like an honest review of WP Ultra Pop. Okay, next line, and a huge collection of custom this is not going to fit in. I'm just going to write bonuses. Okay, so you want the people to go through to watch your video on YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to call the ad name Discovery 1. All right, and that's it. Save and continue. Okay, I didn't select any locations. I'm just going to go with United Kingdom for this, because I'm not actually going to make this ad live. So as you can see, the estimates on here are 1.4 to 4.3 thousand views. ton more impressions, and the average cost per view is going to be 2 to 6 cents, which is ridiculously cheap. Okay, so that's all done. Just going to save and continue. All right, okay. Something about AdWords is you can't have random punctuation in here, so I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of this, and I need to get rid of all of the, well, one of these exclamation marks. Okay, let's try and see if that will work. It might. Okay, I can't have bonuses in there in capitals. See if that works. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this part here. I'm just going to write without watching this. Okay. Okay, see if that goes through. Okay, it won't let me have that punctuation mark at all now. Never mind, let's try that. Okay, that has gone through, and this is going to be in review now. So let me just go to. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to pause this video now, and we're going to come back to another video so you can have a break, because this video has gone on for quite a while. So go make yourself a coffee, and we'll come back in a second.